Hello gamers from around the world. This is Archimedes, the video game enthusiast from Germany, with my second fiery video this week. Which rarely happens, my friends, cause you know, this channel is my hobby that I do in my spare time besides my kids, job and family. It takes me about 6 to 8 hours to make such a video and I usually can't do that twice a week. But special circumstances require special times to discuss it, cause Xbox is on fire right now. And no, I'm not talking about the pre-orders of the Xbox consoles, which started more or less just in time like Microsoft scheduled it. I could take a stab at Sony and say that's how it's done, but I know that in almost all markets all Xbox consoles were sold out within minutes and probably a lot of gamers are now without a console. I was lucky enough to pre-order an Xbox Series X and I sure hope you did too. Let me know in the comments below if you were able to secure one and which model, the Series X or S, you got. But that's not what this video is about. On Monday I dropped my rant video on what happened with Sony and the PS5 debacle, which by the way I highly recommend to check out if you want to hear an honest opinion of a fan of video games on Sony's latest behavior. And only a few hours later Microsoft dropped one of the biggest news, if not the biggest news of the year. Bethesda, to be more precise, ZeniMax, the mother company who owns all the respective studios, joins the Xbox Game Studios. Microsoft has bought them, including all their 8 studios, and the 2,300 people working there are now joining Team Xbox. And I have to be frank here, I did not see that coming. This is an unprecedented move, one that will reshape the gaming landscape, and in this video we are going to discuss what has Xbox exactly acquired, what does this mean for Bethesda games, and how will this acquisition shift the gaming industry. But before we discuss all that, I want to ask you for a favor. If you watch this video and think you like what you see, then please consider to hit the like and subscribe button and turn on the notification bell to not miss out on future content. I put a lot of work into these videos and I try to grow my channel, and this one little click from you helps me more than you think. And if you know someone who would enjoy this kind of content, please feel free to share it out. I would greatly appreciate it. And now let's talk about Bethesda and all its studios joining Team Xbox and therefore making Microsoft the biggest game publisher in the world. Okay, so $7.5 billion is what it took for Microsoft to acquire Bethesda or ZeniMax respectively. Yeah, that's about 3 times as much as they had to pay for Minecraft a few years ago, and about $3.5 billion more than the rumored price of the Warner Bros. Gaming division. We know that Warner Bros. Is not for sale anymore, but let's be real here. Bethesda and all the IP and technology that comes with them is even a bigger acquisition. But let's back up a bit here. This whole current console generation, the narrative was that Microsoft has not enough games. And I've said this before, I would definitely argue against that, but there is no denying that there was a delta in between the amount of AAA exclusives from Xbox and Sony. But ever since Phil Spencer took over the gaming division of Microsoft, things have changed. He and the team at Xbox were determined to change the role of Xbox in the gaming industry, and one key move from them was to acquire a bunch of great game studios in 2018 and 19. So going into next gen, the first party content is completely different and better than ever before. And with the game subscription service Game Pass, they have introduced one of the biggest game changers in gaming. But I covered all of this in my video last week, how Microsoft is changing the gaming industry. You can find the link in the description below. Let's talk about the impact of the latest move of Microsoft with buying Bethesda. Xbox Game Studios has now increased from 15 studios, which was already quite a lot, to 23 studios developing games for the Xbox ecosystem. With this amount of studios, gaming IPs and developers, Microsoft became overnight arguably the biggest global publisher in gaming. But let's have a deeper look into which Bethesda ZeniMax studios joined the Xbox Game Studios. The biggest one being of course Bethesda Game Studios with games like Elder Scrolls. Yes, Xbox owns Skyrim and the next game in the series now. And of course Fallout, also an Xbox game now. id Software with Doom and Wolfenstein, 2 of the most popular single player shooters, are now joining the Xbox portfolio. ZeniMax Online Studios add massive online games like the Elder Scrolls Online and Fallout 76 to the portfolio. Arcane bringing games like Dishonored and Deathloop to the table. The studio Machine Games are also related to Wolfenstein and of course Quake, yes, an Xbox game now. Tenko Gameworks brings IPs like The Evil Within and Ghostwire Tokyo into the Xbox realm. Alpha Dog Games add games like Wrathborn and Monstrosity Rampage. And last but no way least, Roundhouse Studios with Dungeon Defenders 2 and Rune 2. What a massive addition to the Xbox Game Studios, and of course all of these games are now coming to Xbox Game Pass at launch. Yes, the value of a Game Pass subscription got even better if that was possible at all. Again my friends, the Elder Scrolls, meaning the already teased Skyrim successor, is coming at launch. The highly anticipated Starfield, the next RPG from Todd Howard set in a sci-fi universe, coming day and date to Game Pass. Doom, Wolfenstein, Quake and so on. What an incredible addition to the game studios. Now, since some of these games, like the already announced PlayStation console launch exclusive Deathloop, have contracts already in place, Microsoft promised to honor them. However, none of the biggest games like Starfield, The Elder Scrolls 6, the next Wolfenstein or Doom have any deals announced. The question is, will those become Xbox exclusives? The statement was, all of these games will come to Xbox/Game Pass and PC at launch. Other systems will be decided on a case-to-case basis. Now, what to make out of this? Well, I expect that the online games like Elder Scrolls Online or Fallout 76 and all the expansions etc. will remain multi-platform. I doubt that the next single-player Fallout or the Skyrim successor and even Starfield will become available on PlayStation. These games are so huge that they will definitely draw customers into the ecosystem, and Microsoft has to make the money back, and of course that's what Microsoft wants, more subscribers to Game Pass. So expect those online experiences to stay multiplat and the single-player games will become Xbox exclusives. And besides all those IPs, Microsoft acquired of course some of the most talented developers and their technology. And yes, the Bethesda engine is a bit outdated, but the potential is there. Skyrim was incredible at its time when it launched, and even more so, the id engine powering games like Doom Eternal is one of the mightiest game engines out there. I mean, look at how gorgeous that game looks, and that is running at 60 FPS on the quote-unquote old-gen technology, the Xbox One X. And now, not just Bethesda studios have access to this technology, but also all other 15 Xbox game studios can make use of the technology, and vice versa. This is huge, guys. Now, with this acquisition, Microsoft is now a behemoth of a publisher. With 23 studios, Sony, EA, Activision and Ubisoft are just smaller publishers. With such a strong Microsoft now, I bet it will lead to a shift in the gaming industry. Microsoft has already put game changers like Game Pass and xCloud into place, and it'll be interesting to see what it means for other business models of game publishers. EA, for instance, already joined Xbox Game Pass by adding their own service EA Access to Game Pass, and I wonder if others will follow suit. And yeah, Amazon and Google are also players to look out to. How will they react to the latest move of Microsoft? But let's focus for now on the other platform holders, Sony and Nintendo. Both of them have the advantage over Xbox that they bring a lot of nostalgia with them. Since they are just globally seen more popular for decades now, many gamers just grew up with those brands. And this is something that shouldn't be underestimated. Casual gamers have quote-unquote always had a PlayStation, they know what they get, and fighting against this is difficult, but besides nostalgia, price and content are of course key elements in the success of a console. Now this time Xbox has the price advantage with the Series S, they are on par with the disc-based version of the PS5 with the Series X, and they have the content, with Game Pass an incredible value that is unparalleled in the industry. So it will be very exciting to see how the Xbox division will do in the next few years. Nintendo somehow is likely, like I always say, in their own market. They do just fine with their special approaches, and to be honest, I really like the diversity they bring into the gaming industry. But overall, exciting times my friends, and next gen can't come fast enough. The upcoming generation will definitely be different than anything we have ever experienced, and guess who the biggest winner is out of this? Exactly, that's us, the gamers, that will get incredible games at the lowest price ever. I can't wait. And with that, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did so, please do not forget to hit the like and subscribe button as well as the notification bell, and consider sharing this out to other gamers. I would greatly appreciate it. And let me know in the comments below, what do you make of this acquisition? Do you expect Bethesda games to become exclusives? What impact do you see on the gaming industry? And besides here on YouTube, you can also hit me up on Twitter, where I share a lot of opinions and gaming discussions. But for now, thank you very much for watching, I see you the next time, and game on!